About a year ago, we did a video on livestock guardian dogs in general. Since then, we have decided which breed we prefer, and we're gonna let you guys know why the Anatolian Shepherd is the breed for your farm or homestead. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Oaks Homestead. We've been out here for about 3 years now. We're right on the edge of 3. We're still pretty new to homesteading, but when we started, we knew the first thing that we needed to do was get something to protect the livestock that we wanted to have. We started with an Anatolian Shepherd male to begin with, and then after him, we got a Great Pyrenees female, followed by another Anatolian Shepherd female. And in this time, in this short 3 years that we've been doing this, it's just something about the Anatolian Shepherd that we've really fell in love with, and nothing against our Great Pyrenees.
She's great, but we really love the Anatolian Shepherds. There's just something about those dogs that stand out, and we've been breeding them for a year now.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some really healthy litters out of them, and we're going to talk about a few reasons on why the Anatolians impress us so much and why we love that breed. Anatolian Shepherds as a working dog, they have been around for a long time. They come from the region of Anatolia in Turkey, and they've been around since, what, 2000 BC? So thousands of years, a long established line of working dogs, and it's something that had to be imported into the US.
Yeah, so the Turkish government did not start exporting the Anatolian Shepherds until the 1900s. And kind of real quick, the way it came about was there was a program in the US trying to figure out what the best sheepdog is for the sheep in Texas. They had a program, a grant going to find out what the best sheepdog was, and the guy that was doing the research was talking to a Turkish diplomat in DC, and the Turkish diplomat said, we have the best breed of sheepdogs.
We've got them.
And they sent 2 Anatolian Shepherds to this guy, and shortly after, this is still the Depression era, almost World War II time frame. They couldn't afford to keep the program going, so they had to shut it down. So the Anatolians, after the 1930s, they were sold to the Virgin Islands, and that was pretty much the end of the Anatolian Shepherd in the U.S. until around 1973, when the U.S. government enacted the Endangered Species Act, which made it a federal crime for farmers and homesteaders to kill predators going after their livestock.
To protect their livestock.
They weren't able to protect their livestock the way that they had always been able to do due to this new
law.
Endangered Species Act.
Yeah.
So because of this new Endangered Species Act, farmers weren't able to protect their livestock, so they had to find another way. And around this time, soldiers were coming back from deployments to Turkey. There was a Turkish base, and they were bringing back these Anatolian Shepherds with them. And they soon found out that these are the perfect dogs to protect your livestock.
When we first moved out here, we knew we were going to be in the middle of the woods. We're going to have to deal with predator issues, whether that's foxes or bobcats or potentially bears and coyotes. We knew they live in these woods. So we knew we needed protection for our farm and for our livestock, because we can't sit out here all night long. Anatolians were a great choice for us. They've been bred for it. They are a big breed. It's a big dog, majestic, and they know what to do.
On top of their size, they just know what to do. It's natural instinct for them. They require very little actual training for livestock protection. They require just basic obedience training, sit, stay, that kind of stuff, but you can't train them to protect livestock. That's just in their DNA, and to do that, really all you need to do is just expose them at an early age. When you're looking for a livestock guardian for your farm, you want to get one that's coming from a working farm and one that has already been exposed to the livestock that they're going to be working on whenever you get yours. Now, they're not going to come out of the box the perfect livestock guardian dog. It is going to take a little work. When you get these guys or girls as puppies, it's going to take some training to take the puppy out of them. It's just natural instinct for a puppy to want to play, and chickens make the perfect toy. They love to chase chickens, and they get really excited when they catch one, and it usually doesn't end well for the chicken. They're not trying to kill chickens. They're just trying to play, but they play a little rougher than the chicken wants to be played with, and the chicken will just give up on life. So stuff like that, when they're puppies, you're going to have to supervise and let them know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And playing with chickens is not acceptable.
How'd this little one get up there? Huh? Did Mama give him extra cuddles?
When we started shopping around and looking for livestock guardian dogs, we had a really hard time finding something close by. Most of the breeders were 2 to 3 states away. We ended up finding something close by here, and that's where we bought Roscoe and Piper and
Roxy. Don't forget Roxy.
It's a lot of hard names. All our names too, so they're hard to remember. But we did find local breeders that we reached out to and that we connected with here. However, initially we had a really hard time. So what we are working on moving forward is to establish an accredited breeding program here in the Florida Panhandle. The goal of any breeder is to do better and to improve the bloodlines and to improve the breed. So that is our goal moving forward down here.
You supervising? Huh?
So in the end, for us, what it really came down to was thousands of years of genetics geared towards livestock protection. These are huge dogs, they're strong, they're not scared of anything. They're gonna meet every threat that comes at the fence line. They're gonna defend their livestock with their lives. They're extremely loyal, and they require pretty much no supervision out here once they've been properly trained.
So with that said, we hope you learned something. We hope we shared some knowledge with you here. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us and we will see you in the next video.
See you guys. It's just something about the Anatolian Shepherd with us that has really made us fall in love with the breed. And it's...
They know what to do. Cue you. And they have been around herding sheep in the mountains. Yes. It's one of the oldest dog breeds around, and nope, gotta start over, hang on. So what we are working
on
So what we are working forward on, no, hang on. Give me a second. I can cut this.